Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. This is Carson, and right away he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On third down, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now it's Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Ray McCloud to return. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Harris starts the drive on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. On first down, it's Roethlisberger, escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
But one of the things you always like about Quandre Diggs is his ability to bring his cornerback build and skills to the safety position. Had a career-high 5 interceptions to lead the Seahawks in 2020, where he was a first-time Pro Bowler. I love the way he plays in the secondary.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. From the 29, Wilson. Pass complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Throwing is Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. They'll run again with Harris. And some room to maneuver. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll drop it underneath here to Snell. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a throw here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Using abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boswell good with the extra point. That will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They run again with Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now it's Wilson. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wilson able to hook up with Eskridge. First down, Seattle. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They run it with Carson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st down, Harris. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now here's another carry for Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. On 2nd down, it's Carson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.